My dear mother-in-law, I'm so pleased that you are well again. I was so worried when we came to Capernaum to find you in bed. I could feel the heat from your fever, and you seemed so weak and helpless lying there that I was scared that you might not recover. All I could do was keep the bowl filled with cold water while Rachel tended you. It was only after what happened in the synagogue that I'd even thought to bring Jesus to see you. In the excitement of your healing and the busyness of all that has happened, I'm not sure if you heard about it. Being the Sabbath, we went with Jesus to the synagogue. In the service, the elders invited Jesus to reflect on the scripture passage read. Jesus began to teach, not like the usual teachers of the law who are just passing on what someone else has told them, but Jesus taught with real authority, as though he fully understood the real meaning of the scriptures. I was not the only one who was astonished at his teaching. You could see how everyone listened, leaning forward and totally focused on what he said. I was aware as Jesus was talking of a low murmuring coming from somewhere. Suddenly a man stood up and shouted out, "What have you to do with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God." Quickly we cleared a space around him, for this man was clearly possessed by an impure spirit. But Jesus took control. Instead of backing away, he came forward towards the man and rebuked the spirit, commanding it to come out of him. And it did. We were amazed. Jesus' authority is not just in his teaching, but in what he does as well. And even unclean spirits recognize and obey it. It was after that I asked Jesus to come and visit you. I wasn't sure what he could do, but I hoped even just his visit would make you feel better. But what he did just amazed me even more. It was not just that he took your hand, but the gentleness he showed and the love that I saw in his eyes. And then as I watched, I could see the fever going, even the strength coming back into you. And just to show how well you were, soon you were up and getting us all a meal. How delicious that was. I need to bring Jesus round more often. I think Jesus enjoyed the quiet of the rest of that Sabbath, because once sunset came and the Sabbath was officially ended, everything changed. I lost count of the number of people who came to the house demanding to see Jesus and be healed. And he took time with every one of them and healed them all. I was surprised when he woke me up in the morning to find Jesus had gone. It took me a while to find him. I thought he would have been asleep. After all, he was exhausted by the time he rested. But instead, he was praying. It was as though prayer gave him the strength that a good night's sleep gives me. I don't really understand it. Anyway, I was going to suggest to Jesus that we rented somewhere in Capernaum so he could carry out his healing ministry without causing the same chaos, when he told us that we needed to move on. I still don't understand why Jesus couldn't stay in Capernaum and make people come to him. Wherever we go, people come to be healed and listen to what he says, even lepers. I was shocked not only with the audacity that this leper had to come near us, he might even have touched me, but that Jesus stretched out his hand to the man, willingly contaminated himself, and healed the man. Jesus told the man not to say anything, just to go to the priest who would verify his healing and restore him to his place in society. I'm sure he did that, but on the way, the man must have told everyone. And now we can't even go into the towns as the crowds are too big. The things I've seen Jesus do just leaves me amazed and perplexed. I don't understand it, but the more I see and hear, the more I want to follow him. I hope our travels will bring us back to Capernaum soon. Love, Peter.